All right, let's get started here. Hey, Spartan Nation, welcome to our Sunday night strategy call. Finish up and fire up, where we finish up from the week before, we get fired up for the week ahead. And we are getting fired up for what is the last full week of November 2020, the very last week of this month, of this chapter in this strange, surreal book that is 2020. Lots to go over tonight. So let's dive right in, get started so that we can be as efficient with our time as possible and also give you time to ask questions should you have them, both now and later. Now, my friends, Spartan Nation, if you are watching this via the replay, sometimes I know you can't watch live. You know how much I love it when you are able to watch live because you do get to ask questions in real time, IRL. But if you are watching the replay, I want you to post in the chat jingle bells. If you are watching the replay of this, I want you to post in the chat jingle bells so that you know you're watching, that I know you're watching, your teammates know that you are watching, that you are staying engaged and connected with everything that's happening to help you grow your business. All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk first about this week. So we'll stay focused on this week, and then we're going to break down certain pieces piece by piece, and I'll answer questions as you have them. Keep putting them in the chat so that I can see them and get going. Okay, cool. All right, let's go through what's happening tomorrow. So we've got two really amazing calls to kick off this last week in November tomorrow. Number one, we have the National Wake Up Call with Coach Erin Hopkins, who's just a rock star in this business. So solid, so good. She's creating such momentum in her business this year, this strange year of 2020. And I know that if you tune in tomorrow and you take notes and you really process what she's saying, you're going to take action on what she shares tomorrow. I know that it will be super valuable. So that is tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And of course, tomorrow means there's only 2 weeks till the 9-week Control Freak launch. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but 2 weeks from tomorrow, which means also you should be talking about this program right now and every single day. And until the launch, until the end of time, you need to be talking about 9-week Control Freak and getting people fired up about it, getting people amped up about it. They will only be as excited as you are. And if you're not talking about it, they don't know about it. So tomorrow, make sure that you're getting your day started right with the National Wake Up Call, with knowing that there are only 2 weeks left until the launch. And then tomorrow night, for our Slay Squad call, we have a panel of people who were both in the test group and in the program. In the actual cast of the program, at least 3, I know, and there could be more, a couple that were in the test group and one that was in the program of 9-week Control Freak. So that's an awesome panel tomorrow night for 9-week Control Freak. They'll talk and you'll get to ask any questions that you might have of them. What an incredible opportunity to really shore up your knowledge and confidence in this program. And whether you've done an autumn launch or not, this is Autumn's 10th program with Beachbody. Every program she launches is a gangbuster. It just is. So whether you've launched a program of Autumn's or not, personally as a coach, you got to kind of trust that this is going to be big. It can be big. It can change your business if you dial into the launch. If you stand back with your hands up and act like you have no idea what's going on and don't take advantage of the immense opportunities to learn more about this program, if you don't start talking about it now and then wonder why your launch did not do anything for your business come December and January, that's going to be on you, because there's so many tools and resources out there to help you understand and launch 9-week Control Freak with confidence, with calm, and with the knowledge that it can change your life and the lives of others. So starting tomorrow, 2 weeks left till that coach launch, National Wake Up Call and the Slay Squad call. Also, we kick off tomorrow with, hold please, with, once I can find it, not yet. I have so many graphics up here. Hang on. There we go. We do kick off tomorrow with the Rooster Crew. So from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., my Zoom is open tomorrow morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any other week. This week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the Rooster Crew is open. If you are someone who wants to have that accountability on Thursday and Friday and wants to run a Rooster Crew and wants to make that available to the team, please let me know so I can share that information. I am not running the Rooster Crew on Thursday or Friday. I'm teaching on Thursday, and then Friday, family is here, and I might need to get up at 6 a.m. to get my workout in when everyone's home and we're rotating through the basement, but I'm not going to plan on it right now. So I'm going to honor that time with them and not do that Rooster Crew on Friday. But if someone else wants to run it, that'd be awesome. However, tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., it does not matter what workout you're doing. Nobody knows what workout you're doing. We're all on Zoom, and we get an amazing group every day. We started it last Monday, and it's been so much fun to come down and actually work out with people in the mornings. Again, the Zoom is open from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pop on anytime. And if my workout happens to run a little bit over 7, I just leave the Zoom on. If I'm done by 7, it goes off, because the guaranteed time is 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. So if you come on at 6:30 and you've got a 45-minute workout, you may not have a Zoom that entire time, but that's just kind of the chance you take. So anytime between 6 a.m., 7 a.m., join us. And if my own workout runs past 7 a.m., I just let the Zoom continue running. So again, if you've got questions on anything, let me know. Put them in the chat. Let's stay very focused on what we're talking about so that I can see those questions and get those questions answered for you. All right, let's get rid of this guy. All right, now let's go back here. So we are back here with our week at a glance. And of course, this was posted today. This graphic was posted today, and it went out in the Sparta Nation newsletter. And I can also upload it again underneath this video if that's helpful to you. So Project 100 Rooster Crew continues Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then 9-week at Control Freak free group starts Monday the 30th in BOD groups. And that also should have gone out in the newsletter. If it didn't, don't worry, I'll get that up. I did post it later this week. It's scheduled to post later this week in the team page. So if you go into BOD groups, chances are you will see my group. It's underneath me, but you could be under any of my business centers, and it will say learn more about 9-week Control Freak. And it's just a free group, and I'm already putting stuff in there to gather some hype and some excitement around it. And then we'll be just dropping the video links. But this 9-week Control Freak free group is for any coach, any customer, any potential coach, any potential customer in any way affiliated with Sparta Nation to get in this free group and get to know 9-week Control Freak. Now, here's the deal. They do not have to purchase anything. They just need to have a free account. So if you're sending them there, make sure that they are connected with you and they're creating their free account through you, so that everyone is not connected through me. Make sure they're connected through you. But that way it gets them in your ecosystem, because they have to create this free account. They do not have to purchase anything, because the links to the sizzle videos or the first look videos will be Vimeo. They'll be free. They don't have to purchase anything, but they do have to create an account. That means they'll be connected to you. That means they're in your ecosystem. That means they're in your database. That means if you're sending customer newsletters, they're going to get that. This is a good thing. We want people connected to you. That starts on Monday, runs just for 5 days. Again, I'm already dropping some content in that group on BOD. Notice it's not a Facebook group. I'm not doing it via a Facebook group. We are doing it on BOD. Why? Because BOD groups is the platform that our company has created for us. Facebook wasn't created for us. Facebook's amazing. I mean, we're all over there, but that wasn't created for us. And we have no control over that. And at any point in time, Facebook could change. We're already seeing Facebook really crack down on posts that seem to be any kind of network marketing. So we're just not taking a chance. We're going to be right over in our platform that is owned by Beachbody, that was created for coaches, that is designed for us. It's the first time I've ever run a free group in BOD groups. I know it's going to be amazing. I know you're going to help me make it amazing by coming in there and sharing your excitement. So just request to join that group. Again, you'll see a post about it later in the week as well. It has the link to it, and get in there and start posting your excitement about that. And there's going to be content that'll load in there. And hopefully that will help people just stay engaged until December 7th, when they can enroll as a coach, or December 21st when they can purchase as a customer. Also, starting next Monday is Sparta School, and that is our kind of our onboarding fundamental coach workshop for new-ish coaches. So let's go into that a little bit in just a moment. I want to talk to you a little bit about Thursday. Let me just check the chat to see if there are any questions. Okay. I know, Stephanie. I mean, the calls tomorrow are going to be fire. Okay. So I think we're good on everything that we've said so far. Let's talk about Thursday really quick. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I decided to do a Turbo Thursday, which I haven't done for a while, a turbo giving workout, shall we call it that, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm just keep the time the same, 9 a.m. Eastern time. It is free and open to all. However, I am taking donations for the Girls on the Run International Organization. I have worked with the Girls on the Run organization here in Indiana. I have sponsored them. I've done some stuff, some work with them. I know a lot of my friends who have daughters who have been part of that. And it's an incredible organization dedicated to empowering young women through health and fitness and running. I thought that tied in beautifully with 30-day breakaway, but also tied in beautifully with really empowering young women because their niche is 8 to 13-year-old women, young girls, really in that, gosh, do you guys remember being like 13 years old? It's like the most awkward time. You have no idea who you are, what you want to be, what you're doing. Like I had heinous braces forever and, probably glasses at some point. I had glasses when I was like 5. So that doesn't count. Horrible hair. I'm sure I had horrible hair. Girls who are 13 now are much cuter than when I was 13, but that is a weird, awkward time. And this organization digs into the power of health and fitness and running specifically to help girls feel strong and courageous and brave and powerful and to kind of step into their own power. And I think it's just an amazing organization. So I'll be taking donations for that. I put that information in an event in our team page. So you can just Venmo me. I've got all the information there. The Zoom link is there. Literally invite everyone that you want. It's free and open. And, I'm hoping to have several hundred people on there, all donating to Girls on the Run and make just a beautiful, big donation to this organization that I think aligns so perfectly with what we do. So that is Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And again, the information is in the events tab of our team page. Okay. Any questions on that? Oh my God. I know, Trisha, most of all, because you teach them. Middle school is like the worst ever. It's so, oh my gosh. Yeah. So, and if you are familiar with the organization, it's kind of, I felt like I always kind of knew what they were even before I started working with them. Just Google them, Girls on the Run, just Google them and you'll see their organization. You'll see their chapters all over the country. And I've sponsored some of their races. And even though I'm not a big runner myself, it doesn't matter. It's health, it's fitness, it's empowerment. It's really, we all know that fitness teaches us who we are, right? And what we do in our workouts is kind of what we do in our life. So just thought it was such a perfect organization with which to align on Thanksgiving, especially after 30-day breakaway and all the things. So I hope that you'll be able to join me for that. Okay, let's go through some of the other pieces that are on this calendar. Again, if you have questions, just drop them in the chat. And okay, hi, here we are. All right, let's see here. Let's talk about, hold on, I gotta find all my pieces here. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Where is, I don't want you. I'm going to get to you in a minute. I want to talk about Sparta School. So I'm trying to find there we go. That's what I want. Okay. Let's see if we can get here. All right, let's talk about Sparta School, shall we? Also, can we talk about this graphic and how amazing it is? All right, let's talk about Sparta School, and then we'll talk about 9-Week Control Freak, and we'll also talk about some of the stuff that will be happening all month of December in conjunction with Sparta School. So this is our newly rebranded, newly revamped, tweaked, adjusted, evolved, even better word, version of a coach onboarding system. Now, let's get really clear. There are a multitude of resources in your Coach Online office. If you want to grow a business, you don't need Sparta School because it's all in your Coach Online office. If you want to grow a business, if you want to do something with this business, all you need is a little bit of discipline and forthwithness to go into your Coach Online office and start digging in and taking advantage of the resources. However, I feel really passionately about shortening your learning curve. When I started as a coach, we didn't have any of this. We had no resources. We had nothing. And somehow, some way, I've managed to build this business, as have many on this team. So if you are a newer coach on this team and you're still sort of treading water, waiting for someone to tell you what to do, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be waiting the rest of your life for anything, whether it's this business or something else, because the resources in your Coach Online office are unbelievable. And you could build a business that changes lives, including your own, with just those resources. But I like to provide stuff that is specific to our team as well. And I like to take all that we have learned as a team over the past 12 and a half years, pull it together and shorten your learning curve and let you hear from teammates of yours right here on this team who are changing their lives and the lives of others with this business. And that's what Sparta School is going to be. 3 weeks of interactive videos, some calls to action, some pointing you to the back office, some pointing you to the live power hours, and really just 3 weeks of digging into the fundamentals. Probably nothing that we say will be different than anything that you could do in your Coach Online office, in your back office. Probably not. But it does come from your teammates. You will hear stories of coaches on this team. There cannot be, at the end of these 3 weeks, any question as to whether this business will work for you. There simply cannot be. Now, the question might be, do you want to work to make the business work in your life? And that is a question only you can answer. But at the end of 3 weeks, after watching the videos and hearing the stories and having leader coaches at your fingertips, literally at your disposal, to ask questions, to be in a safe space, a very safe private Facebook group with you and your peers. If you get to the end of those 3 weeks and say, well, I don't know if this business works, something's a little bit off there, because the business works. Your teammates are doing it. Coaches all throughout the network are doing it. You just have to decide if you want to do it. And we hope that the 3 weeks in Sparta School will give you a really nice foundation as to the fundamentals of this business. Now let's talk about who can be in Sparta School, because I've already gotten some questions on that, understandably so. This is really for new-ish coaches. I would say, 2020 is a crazy year. So I would say anyone who signed up in 2020, I'd really say anyone who signed up in 2019, I would say in the past 2 years. I would say if you have not ever hit Success Club, this is a really great opportunity for you. If you have never been an Emerald coach, this is a good opportunity for you. If you've done other training groups and simply not taken advantage of those trainings and tools and not built your business, this might not be for you. Because if you've done other training groups and not done anything with them, what would make this different? You might have to explain that one to me a little bit. And if you've got good reason, then okay, we can talk about it. But this is really for that new-ish coach who has yet to get their business off the ground and is ready to get their business off the ground. Couple important pieces. Number one, each coach must request to join this group on their own. You cannot be invited from your coach, in Facebook where it says so-and-so invited so-and-so. No, your coach can send you the link, but each coach has to make the decision that they want to step into their business and do something with it and click that little link themselves and request to join. Anyone who's been invited to join, I will decline immediately, and they'll have to request to join on their own. That has to be a very intentional decision that each coach is making, that they want to step into this fundamental workshop and learn how to grow their business. Any questions on that, please put them in the chat. let's not make this complicated, y'all. Don't make it complicated. Don't get too, don't overthink it. This is for new-ish coaches, not coaches who have had access to trainings and simply chosen not to do anything with them. This is for new-ish coaches, coaches who are just coming into the business, who are all at about the same place in the business, and who are ready because they are requesting to join this group. They are making the statement to themselves and to the universe that they want to learn a little bit more. They want to get the fundamentals and they want to move forward with their business. Okay. So that's number one. And yeah, and what you've gone through, Tyshell, what you've gone through is stuff that's on the website, and that is different than what is going to be in this private Facebook group. In this private Facebook group will be new content that will eventually get to the website, but it's not quite there yet. So that's number one, is you got to request to join it yourself. And then number two, no upline coaches. No upline coaches coming in there to say, I just want to help. I just want to cheer my baby coaches on. Nope. This is a space for those baby coaches by themselves. This is a safe space for them to ask the questions that they might feel like their upline coach thinks is a silly question or they should already know the answer to. This is a safe space for that little baby coach to come in and learn and grow with their class, with their peers, with their teammates coming in at the same time. This is not a place for the upline coach to come in and go, dude, I told you that already. Why are you asking that question? No, none. No, we don't need you in there cheering them on. We don't need you lurking. This is for baby. This is a safe space. This is a safe space for our little Sparta Nation baby coaches to come and to learn and to ask questions and to grow and to be and to emerge at the end of December, the next class of leaders that will be on this team. They'll have the fundamentals. So no, you cannot be in there with your new baby coaches cheering them on or making sure they're doing their homework or doing any, no. You're going to have to trust me and some of the other leaders that I have asked to help. I've been doing this a while, and you're just going to have to trust me that they need a little safe space where they can be to learn and to grow. They got to grow their wings a little bit. So any questions on that? Cool. Let me know if you have questions, put them in the chat. I'm here. We're going to move on to the next little piece of what will also be happening nope, don't want you. Go away. Hang on, please. Okay, here we go. So as part of Sparta School and as part of this last month of 2020, because we're moving very quickly into the last month of 2020, even though this year has felt like it's both been a blip. It's like an Avengers blip and also 25 years long. It's the oddest year ever. But as part of this last month, as part of a really cool push towards goals to close out the year, a really cool synergy around this launch that can change your business should you choose to let it, and a really cool momentum flow into a brand new year, we have added 1.5 million Sparta Nation Live Power Hours that are taking place all throughout the month. And those are on the December calendar. Let me see if I can find that for you really quick. I should have pulled that up before. Let me see what I can find here. Let me go on my desktop. Let's see what we got. And I may not even have them all. We just kept adding and adding and adding. Okay. I don't even think I have them all on here. So I actually need to go and update this even more. But you can see, even without everything in here, because I know we have one on the 3rd that's not listed on here too, but you're going to have power hours 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one on the 23rd. I don't have up here. 9, 10. You're going to have at least 12 teammate-led live power hours taking place in the team page, in addition to all the other collaborative power hours that happen all the time on the regular. This is just something that, in conjunction with Sparta School, we felt like the team needed some hours where we could come together as a team. And these power hours will be led by just more veteran coaches who, be very clear, don't have all the answers, but have been coaching long enough to know that they can figure it out, and so can you. So you're coming to this power hour, all these live power hours throughout the team, in the team page throughout December, not looking for someone who has all the answers, but more as a way to connect and engage with your team and to work together towards this common goal of helping people lead healthy, fulfilling lives in a way that works for them. That's what we're doing. We're connecting people with our total solution and helping them lead healthier lives. In doing so, we're building a business that changes our life and theirs. That's what we're doing. And to stay connected while we're doing that, to really corral our collective energy, we've got all these additional power hours. We go on the collaborative power hours, and they're amazing. And we get to hear from incredible voices. And you can tap into those. My gosh, how many times a day do those run? Like 3 or 4 times a day. You've got all these collaborative power hours, but it's not just your team. And we wanted to offer something that is just your teammates, helping guide and mentor each other as we all move toward the end of this year and then into 2021. Because what's our goal in 2021? To have the entire Sparta Nation team at Disneyland in 2022. We want to be hitting that 12-time elite marker by Summit. We want to know who's going with us to Disneyland in September, and we want to be planning that trip. Well, guess when that starts? It starts right now. It starts with the 9-week Control Freak launch. And to help us facilitate that, to help us harness that energy, to help us lift our energy in a year when goodness knows we need all the energy lifting we can get, let's connect together, because we are so much stronger when we come together. Hence the additional live power hours. So make sure you're coming to those will happen live in the team page, just like this. And all you have to do is show up and do the work. What a gift that is. And again, 12 and a half years later, y'all, I had none of this, and I've managed to figure it out, and so can you. It really is a choice. It really is a decision. Are you going to get out of your own way and make this business happen in a way that changes lives, including your own? Or are you going to hold yourself up and hold yourself back? Don't do that, because the potential, especially with this launch and especially with these tools, it's just too great. It's just too great. So again, this is December. I know that I put this in the team page. I can put it again. I will get this out to you again as many times as you need to, but you can also see over here on the side. And when I send this out, I highly recommend you download it so you can just keep going back and looking at it. This should not be the only time you see this calendar all week long. You should have it downloaded so you can pull it up, maybe even print it in black and white and hang it up on your bulletin board. This should not be the only time then you see it. You should have printed this out, downloaded it and printed it out so that you can refer back to these dates. You've got the Sparta School and 9-week Control Freak dates over here under your VIP dates. You've got the coach launch, the customer launch, and then hallelujah, the end of 2020 on 12/31. Whoa. Yes. Okay. Any questions on any? I'm going to go through here just to make sure, see if I see anything. Little baby Sparta Nation coaches. Okay. Cool. Okay, one more. I have one more. Let's talk about this 9-week Control Freak to wrap up. Okay, 9-week Control Freak. Oh, maybe we'll do one more thing to wrap up. Hang on. Okay, 9-week Control Freak. So again, we have the free group starting on Monday the 30th. That is in BOD groups. So you just need to find that. If you are one of my coaches, you'll see it in BOD groups, but I've also put the link to it in a post that will happen later this week in the team page, I think on Tuesday. It might have even gone out in the team newsletter as well. And get your customers, your coaches, your potential customers, your potential coaches in that group. They don't have to purchase anything at all. They just need a free account. You want them linked to you so that when they make that free account, they're now in your ecosystem. That's all. And it's going to be in BOD groups with links to the videos, with awesome posts, and just a place for people to kind of get excited about 9-week Control Freak. It's the first time I've ever run one of these groups in BOD groups. How cool is that? Yeah. So listen to that. Take that in for a moment. I've been coaching for 12 and a half years. I have done hype groups and info groups before, but in 12 and a half years, this is the first time that I've done something new on bod groups. So 12 and a half years into business, I'm still learning and growing every single day. I'm still doing something new. So if you are a newer coach and you're coming in here going, oh, do I need a team name and a team newsletter? And do I need to know all these things already? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you need to know all that? I'm 12 and a half years in and still learning. I'm still doing something different. That's what keeps me so excited and motivated about this business, is that there is the opportunity to continue to grow and learn every single day. If that doesn't excite you, then this business is probably not for you. Being an entrepreneur is probably not for you. The idea that I get to learn and grow and do something different all the time, that's what keeps me so fired up about this business. So that starts on Monday, the 30th, same day Sparta School starts. Cool. Questions? Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's finish up with, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's finish up with a little bit of this. We've been talking about this week, talking about it. And let's talk a little bit about this idea. And I'm going to read this chapter to you. This is chapter 3. And hold please, there's just people walking around. All day long we have to do things, and yet we have to be down here at 6 o'clock. Chapter 3, lead from the bench. The old rule is to wait for permission to lead, and the new rule is to lead now from wherever you are. So this is Abby Wambach's book, Wolfpack, but this is her new version for young kids. When you think of leaders, who do you imagine? Presidents, teachers, coaches? I know that's what I usually think of. Here's my question. Why don't you think of yourself? Maybe because our understanding of leadership has left out far too many of us for far too long, especially young people, especially women. Sometimes being a kid or being a female even can make you feel like you're constantly being benched, like you're waiting to grow up so you can get into the game. But I believe that leaders can lead from wherever they are, no matter what. 2015 was a big year for me. As co-captain of the U.S. women's national team, I was helping to lead us to a World Cup championship. Part of my job was to work with the coaching staff to assemble the 11 starters who would give us the best chance to win the tournament. And we had some hard decisions to make. After the first few games, it became clear that I did not belong on that starting roster anymore. At 35, I was one of the oldest players on the team. I had lost a step. I was suffering from nagging and constant pain in different parts of my body from years of playing hard and getting injured. I wasn't the player I used to be. The team knew it, the coaches knew it, and I knew it. So imagine this. You've scored more international goals in your sport than any human being on the planet. You've co-captained and led Team USA to victory after victory for the past decade. And you and your coach sit down and decide together that you won't be a starter for the remainder of your final World Cup. Instead, you'll be a substitute. You'll come off the bench. This was hard to accept as Abby Wambach, co-captain of Team USA. It was even harder to accept as Abby, the competitive kid who had dreamed of leading her team to victory on the field as I had done so many times before. But if I had not been stuck on that bench for the World Cup, I would not have learned the most important lesson of leadership, the one I want all people to understand everywhere. I knew how to lead on the field. Now I needed to learn how to lead from the bench. The second game of the tournament arrived. I was accustomed to walking out onto that field in front of the roaring crowd while holding the hand of a wide-eyed kid in line with other starters. We'd walk to the center of the field, face the flags, listen to our country's anthem. This was my pregame ritual and one of the honors of my career. But this time I walked into the stadium with the reserve players, stopped in front of our bench and watched another set of 11 players put their hands over their heart for the anthem. I knew that the eyes of the crowd, my teammates and my fans were on me. They were all watching to see how I would react. I had a choice between pouting and making this moment about me or swallowing my pride and making it about our team. Listen to that again. Because every single one of us has this same choice every single day of this weird year. I had a choice between pouting and making this moment about me or swallowing my pride and making about our team. We have that choice every day. Are we going to pout and make this entire year about how hard it was for us? Or are we going to understand that it's hard for everyone? And what can we do to help others? Because that's where the real gift is. When I was on the field, what inspired and motivated me the most was not the millions of strangers cheering, but when my teammates paid attention, saw me, and believed in me. I thought of my longtime teammate and friend, Lori Lindsay. We'd played together since we were 15 years old. Lori wasn't a consistent starter on the national team, but she made our team better because she put so much energy into cheering from the bench as other players did when they played 90 minutes. So I channeled Lori. I paid attention. I screamed so loudly and so obnoxiously and so relentlessly that the coach moved me to the far end of the bench. I kept water ready for the players coming off the field. I celebrated when goals were scored, and I kept believing in us, even when mistakes were made. I knew the women on the field like sisters. I could predict in every moment exactly what each needed from me, whatever it was: comfort, encouragement, tough love, instruction. I offered it. And at the end of the game, I was so exhausted. It was like I had played all 90 minutes. The starters had left it on the field. I left it all on the bench. I did it again and again throughout the entire tournament. We won the World Cup that year. We celebrated together, starters and bench players, as one team. One team. That's what our mission is. Together, we connect people with these total solutions. We come together as one team. And it might not be a World Cup, but I think Disneyland's pretty cool too. And we can go there and celebrate as one team. I know in my bones that one of the reasons we won the 2015 World Cup was the support of the bench. The pride I feel about how I handled that tournament rivals the pride I have about scoring any big goal. You'll feel benched sometimes too, like all of 2020. You might not make a team you try out for, or maybe get the lead in the school play or something else. The stakes might be even higher. You might not, remember this is for young people, you might not get into the high school or college of your choice. You might be sidelined by the flu on the day of a major exam. Here's what's important. You are allowed to be disappointed when it feels like life has benched you. Hold on. You are allowed to be disappointed when it feels like life has benched you. What you aren't allowed to do is miss your opportunity to lead from whatever bench you're on. Let's listen to that one more time. You are allowed to be disappointed when it feels like life has benched you. What you aren't allowed to do is miss your opportunity to lead from whatever bench you're on. 5 days before I was set to travel to the Olympics in China as co-captain of our team, we played an exhibition game and I got the worst injury of my life. 2 major breaks in my leg that would take many months to heal. I knew immediately I wouldn't be able to travel to the Olympics. My heartbreak rivaled the pain from my broken bones, but I had to do something. So I feverishly typed up an email to my teammates, reminding them of their special talents and the fights they brought to the team, and to promise them and remind myself it was okay that they moved on without me. If you're not a leader on the bench, don't call yourself a leader on the field. You're either a leader everywhere or nowhere. Every person is the leader of their own life at any age. Do not give up that power. Claim it, value it, use it. Leadership is not just the adults at the head of the table. It's every person, regardless of age or gender, who is allowing their own voice to guide their life. She did not say allowing their fears or doubts to guide their life. She said who is allowing their voice to guide their life. It's everyone speaking up and showing up to build a better world. What does it look like to embrace leadership? It looks maybe like volunteering, speaking encouraging words, holding the hand of a friend. It's saying to our families that we don't do unkindness here. It's running for office. It's bringing a meal to a neighbor. Leadership is taking care of yourself and empowering others to do the same. I think she's talking to us. Leadership is taking care of yourself and empowering others to do the same. Leadership is not a position to earn. It's every single person's right. Leadership is the blood that runs through your veins. It's born in you. It is not the privilege of a few. It is the right and responsibility of all. Leader is not a title that the world gives to you. It's an offering that you give to the world. If you have a voice, you have influence to spread. If you have relationships, you have hearts to guide. If you know younger people, other people, you have futures to mold. If you have privilege, you have power to share. If you have money, you have support to give. If you have pain, you have empathy to offer. If you have freedom, you have others to fight for. If you are alive, you are a leader. It's not the privilege of a few, it's the rights and responsibility of all. We have solutions that change lives. It's now our responsibility to share those. You have the tools, more tools than you can even imagine to do that. So let's dig in. Let's make this last week in November count. Let's get connected, get engaged, stay engaged. Use these tools to change others' lives and most importantly, to change your own. Let me know if you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'll see you tomorrow on the Rooster Crew.